how do we know? So if we're looking at beauty products, how do we know that the $100 eye cream is going to be worth it? Or how do you validate that, what you're spending is going to be worth it? Just because also the beauty industry is not regulated to the extent that food is, or certainly very differently. So do you have any thoughts on how to best approach that?
I do. The easiest answer is it's really hard to tell whether or not that $100 eye cream is worth it, or that $60 face cream is worth it. Unfortunately, in the beauty industry, we don't break down the ingredients to the exact percent on the label, so you can't tell if what is going in there is a viable amount, is enough to elicit some sort of response within your body, an anti-aging response, a detoxification response. So the answer that I would have is on the brand's reputation. And if that brand has a great reputation, if those, if the studies behind those products support the fact that this works, then that for me is the biggest factor in purchasing. Whether or not that eye cream is worth it is looking at the brand and looking at the viability of the brand and the reputation.
Well, I guess I take a really holistic approach to it. I think mind, body, spirit is all a continuum, and it's about being in balance, right? So if you're out of balance in how you're eating, if you're out of balance in how you're sleeping, you're not going to have that holistic, powerful, fabulous, beautiful feeling that you should have every day, right? And so you can spend $300 on, La Prairie cosmetics, but unless you're eating and sleeping properly, you're not going to have the benefits of all of it. And that's where I think supplements and foods that we create really has a responsibility to really, when you say, hey, I have turmeric in this turmeric shot or in this elixir, it has the correct dosage in it. So I think there's a holistic approach to really life, food, and beauty that makes a difference.
Yeah, I agree. I think, there's tons of different brands, and brands have different motives with what they're creating and what they're putting out there. I know for me, education is everything. So as much as I want to, build this brand, I also along the way want to make sure I'm educating my consumers. And part of what I do is put out so much information, so much content about adaptogens, the research behind them, why they're effective, who they're good for, who should avoid them. I have resources on my website along with the products that you can purchase to really dive deep into adaptogens before you even make the purchase. So I think education is huge so that, consumers can trust the brand, because like I said, there's lots of different motives behind the brands that exist today. So really knowing that you can trust the brand and that they're willing to be transparent, and I think you can feel too when a brand is being authentic and real with what they're sharing. So